Thanks to all the subscribers. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Special thanks for getting me to 1,000. Really appreciate it. The new goal is 2,500. Let's make it happen. With that out of the way, let's get into it. Solomon chose violence as a way of life, trafficking in fear, intimidation, and death to exert power, feed criminal ambition, and expand the blood's grip on the streets, said Special Agent in Charge Alvin M. Winston Sr. of FBI Minneapolis Bloods gang member Decine Solomon was found guilty of racketeer influence corrupt organization RICO and 2 counts of using and carrying a firearm in furtherance of murder. On June 14, 2020, Marcus Banks was killed outside the Broadway Pub and Grill, colloquially known as the 200 Club, in Minneapolis. Surveillance cameras captured much of what happened, with one exception. The incident began when Decine Solomon, also known as Black and Zachary Robinson, all alleged Bloods, beat up Isaac Hodge, an alleged member of a rival gang, inside the 200 Club restroom. Video shows Mr. Hodge leave the restroom with a torn shirt, motion to a friend, and then head for the exit. The alleged Bloods came out of the restroom soon after, and Mr. Burrell also left the bar. After leaving the bar, Mr. Burrell headed north, while Mr. Hodge and his associate paralleled him on the opposite side. Mr. Burrell then crossed back to the west and took off running southwest. Mr. Hodge and his associate followed rather. Mr. Burrell quickly evaded them by running west and ducking under the chain across the parking lot driveway. About 30 seconds later, Mr. Burrell enters the parking lot and stopped running. He turns around and surveyed the scene. Then he walked back to the east, wedged between the wall and the cars. And within just a few seconds, shots were exchanged. At the corner of the bar, Mr. Burrell approached Mr. Hodge and his associate from inside the fence and said, "What's up now?" A camera from across the street captures Mr. Hodge taking off in a sprint just before Mr. Burrell raises his arm and fires. Mere milliseconds later, several muzzle flashes can be seen coming from Mr. Hodge's associate, but it is not clear whom fired first because the associate is obscured from view. According to court documents, Decine James Solomon, aka Black 34, was found guilty of numerous crimes in October 2024 at trial, along with 2 other individuals. Evidence presented at trial stated that Solomon was affiliated and associated with the Minneapolis Bloods street gang since at least 2020. Solomon has been a career criminal throughout his adulthood, committing violent crimes for the benefit of the Bloods gang, which included 2 premeditated murders within a 2-year span. Historically, the gang's territory is located on the south side of Minneapolis, near Chicago Avenue South and 38th Street East. According to evidence presented at trial on April 23, 2022, Solomon and other Bloods gang members went to a bar in the uptown neighborhood of South Minneapolis and started a large fight between members of the Bloods and members of a rival gang. Within several minutes, the Bloods members, including Solomon, left the bar and shot and killed a rival gang member. Solomon was sentenced to life plus 20 years in U.S. District Court before Judge Susan R. Nelson. In imposing sentence, Judge Nelson explained, "Osao, I was searching for a kernel of hope that you could be trusted to not be a danger to society, but that based on your utter and complete disregard for human life, the brutality of the Bloods gang, your lack of remorse through every stage of this case, I am left with the certainty that you will always be a threat to public safety." Judge Nelson said, "My hope is this sentence sends a strong message to the Bloods gang and other thriving gangs that ruthlessly terrorize this city." Solomon is currently at Minnesota Correctional Facility, Rush City. His release date from the state prison is February 20th, 2047. And as always, although there are convictions in this matter, I must stress that an indictment is not evidence of guilt. Charges are only allegations, and each defendant is presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Blessings. Luke 17:3-4. If your brother sins, rebuke him, and if he repents, forgive him.